Hey y'all, so I'm back. So I'm gonna get into more of details of my testimony and of things that God brought me out of and it's just a lot. So I'm gonna try to, cover some topics and I'm gonna take my time with this. So if you guys wanna listen, I advise you to just stay tuned. I feel like it's something good that I'm addressing and talking about because I never really addressed this too clearly. Like I never talked too much deep into details like about how I first came to know God. Well, before I came to know God up until now. So I'm gonna go all the way back to my childhood up until now. So when I first, I took notes and stuff too because it's a lot. So when I was born, I guess my mom told me that, I was sick in the hospital, for some time. So when I was younger, like a baby, I had to stay in the hospital when I was first born because I was sick with something. I can't remember, the condition it was, but I know that it was serious enough that, my mom couldn't take me home. And even, with that being said, that lets me know that, God has been with me ever since I was in my mother's womb, like Jeremiah talks about. God knew me in my mother's womb. So it's like God's hand was upon my life ever since then, like ever since I was born. And I'm just very grateful, that I come to know, God's love and that I got to experience his love because growing over time, growing up, I did not, know God. In my family, they weren't Christians, so I didn't grow up in a Christian household. Yeah, my grandmother used to take me, every now and then to church and stuff, but I was very young at that time, so I didn't really know too much about it and I didn't really understand it as much. So I just want to, address some things and, reveal to you guys some things that happened in my story, like in my life, that's part of my testimony and my story. But yeah, like I said, God, he intervened in that situation when I was a baby. Like I end up going home with my mom and stuff or whatever, and whatever the condition was that they said I had, God, he removed it. Like I don't no longer experienced whatever it may have been that they said that I had when I was in the hospital as a baby, but it's like I'm perfectly healthy by the grace of God.